Abigail Spanberger's name isn't on the ballot this year, but in a way it is. Spanberger is giving up a congressional seat to run for governor in 2025. She's already the all but official Democratic nominee. That's because support for Spanberger is so broad that LeVar Stoney, the Richmond mayor, decided he didn't have a chance of defeating her for the nomination, so he's dropping back, running for lieutenant governor instead. Spanberger has been in Congress for 6 years. In her first and second terms in the 7th District, her seat was anchored in the Richmond suburbs, where she grew up. Because of redistricting, Spanberger's seat was reoriented in 2022 to one of the outer suburbs of Washington, D.C. She had to introduce herself to a lot of new voters and won that third term largely because of the vast, large D Democratic vote in Prince William County. It makes up about a third of the district's total vote. Spanberger's district, as it used to be and as it is now, is not a slam dunk for Democrats because it includes a vast slice of the very red countryside. Indeed, Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, and his running mates carried the district in 2021. That the district is competitive and Spanberger could compete and win is why so many Democrats are keen on her running for governor. Even Republicans consider Spanberger a formidable statewide candidate. But before going all out for governor, Spanberger is all in on seeing a Democrat elected to her soon-to-be former congressional district. The Democratic candidate is Eugene Vidman. He's a former national security aide, a casualty of the Ukraine scandal, forced out of his job by President Donald Trump. The Republican nominee is Derek Anderson, a former Army Green Beret. It's been a lively, at times nasty, campaign. Vidman, whose fundraising rivals that of the current Democratic and Republican House leadership, talks a lot about abortion and stopping Republicans from enacting a national ban. Anderson spends a lot of time in attack mode, for example, raising questions about Vidman's military record. Anderson's had to answer some questions, too. Among them, does he have a residence in the district? He says he's got an apartment, but he was living in a house he owns elsewhere. And there are larger questions about Spanberger and what she's doing to help Vidman. In an interview with the Richmond Times-Dispatch, she talked about showing Vidman around the district, introducing him to people she's counted as supporters since her first election in the 2018 anti-Trump tsunami when she defeated a Republican incumbent. Spanberger is also lining up national support for Vidman, who's expected to appear soon with Hakeem Jeffries, the New Yorker who would become Speaker if Democrats take back the House. Winning that district, national handicappers consider the Anderson-Vidman race a toss-up, is key to Spanberger's future. It's a test of her personal polling power and a center-left style that's given her some appeal among disaffected Republicans and Republican-leaning independents. So if Vidman is defeated, even with an expected big boost from the bigger names on the ballot, Kamala Harris and Senator Tim Kaine, the narrative, especially for Republicans and a pundit or two, will be that Spanberger was an aberration, that if her candidate can't win in her district, she may not be able to win statewide. For the Richmond Times-Dispatch, this is Jeff Shapiro.